Hi guys, this is Sophie. Today I'm going to be showing you how to fold this heart. As you can see, it has a very nice star in the middle, as well as having an overall heart shape. So this model is nice because you show both sides of the paper. You show the colored side for the majority of the model, for the heart itself, and for the star in the middle, you show the white side. And you can make this out of different sizes of paper, so I made these two small hearts. We'll need a 2x1 piece of paper to make this. So to make that, it's very easy. You just take a square and then you fold it like a rectangle and then cut along that crease. So for these two hearts, I used a 6" by 6" piece of paper, and I used quite a large piece for this one. Okay, so let's get started. So I've already cut mine, but I just took a square and then I folded it like a rectangle and then just cut along that crease. Okay. So you start on the white side and you fold it like this, like a rectangle. So you'll have this square. Then you unfold and you fold it like this, like a triangle. And the same thing on this side. Okay. Then you unfold. You see we have two squares, this square and this square. And we've made one diagonal in each of those squares. Now we want to make the other diagonal. So we fold it like this. And then this diagonal as well. Okay, so we have this. So now you unfold. You can see we have both of the diagonals now in both of the squares. So we flip it to this side. We take this edge and we fold it to the middle. And the same thing on this side. So now we have a white square. You unfold, you flip it to the white side, and you press in the middles of each of these two squares, like this. And now we're going to collapse this, so these two edges, bring them together, and put your hand over this way, then just flatten it down. And then flatten it all out. Make sure that this tip is nice and sharp, and repeat on this side. So you bring these two edges together, and then you just flatten it down like this. So now we'll have a square again. So we're going to take these two tips and then fold them to this point. Like this and like this. See? So now you do the same thing with these 2 points. Fold them down. So now it'll look like this. The next step is to squash fold each of these flaps. So the way you do that, lift one of the flaps, put your fingers inside, and squash it. And you'll have a square after squashing it. Make sure it's symmetrical. And now you just repeat that on the other 3 flaps. Okay, so now we have 4 squares. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to make a kite fold on each of these 4 squares. So you take this edge right here, and you fold it to the middle line on that individual square. So we're dealing with this square. So you take this edge, then you just fold it to the middle, see? Make sure this tip is going to the middle of the paper. Then you do the same thing on this side of the square. So now you can see the kite clearly. So now you just do the same thing on the other 3 squares. Make sure you don't make the mistake of folding it like that. You see this point is going out to the edge? You don't want that. So it should be like this. So the tip is going towards the middle. Okay. So I'm just going to make all of those folds. Make sure they meet very nicely along that middle line on each of the squares. And try to work neatly in these steps because this, after all, will be the star. Okay, so now it should look like this. You have 4 kites and the tips of all of them are going towards the middle. Okay, so now we're going to squash fold each of these 8 flaps, which can be a bit fiddly, especially if the paper is small. So it might help if you get a pencil or a toothpick and use that to help you open up the flaps. So I'm just going to show it with my fingers, so lift one of the flaps, put your finger inside, and squash fold it symmetrically. It'll look like that. Just repeat that on all 8. And try to make it as uniform as possible. And you can see the stars emerging. It's quite exciting. And with each squash fold you make, you reveal more of the white paper. And you're revealing the hidden star that we've been working on. Okay, so this is the star, and this is how it's going to look at the end. So we're all done with the star now. So now we're just going to morph this square shape into a heart shape. So just for you to notice, these 2 flaps, see, you can pull them free from the star, right? But these 2 flaps, you can't really do that. It bends like that. So we want find one of the 2 free ones. They will be opposite to each other. So I'm going to use this one. So now flip it over, keeping track of this one, and fold it down so that it meets the tip of this V. See this V right there? It should meet the tip, and it should go straight across. Now we're going to fold these 2 corners inwards, but not as far as you might expect, just that far. See, you're leaving a bit of a gap right here. Then try to match it on the other side, so it'll look like this. So there's a gap, notice this gap. And then you flip it over, and you're done. And you have this very nice heart with an intricate star in the middle, and you only used half a piece of paper to make it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!